Hello and welcome to this quick tutorial on how to use AI to help you speed up your presentation process and to help you to design them in a much easier way. As you can see, I'm in PowerPoint, and if you head over to the Design tab, you will see a Designer pane button. It's going to pop out and it's going to show you some design ideas. Now, these designs, if you don't add anything else to your presentation, these designs will actually overwrite the default templates, layouts, and themes that are currently in PowerPoint. What does that mean? I'll show you. So if we look at the font here, it's Calibri Light, and our subheading is Calibri Body. If we make a new slide, we'll see the same thing, Calibri Light for the heading and Calibri for the body. All right, so let's undo this and let's go back to the start. So here we are just with the title slide. And if we just put on Designer, it's going to give us some very random things to add. I'm going to put a theme to it. I'm going to say animals, let it think a little while. And here we'll see it's starting to generate a few more ideas for us. Some of them are related to animals. Let's see. Ooh, I like this one. I like this one. All right. Now, it's even added a animation to the animals here. So if we were to play this, if we press play, you'll see that it has a short animation on the animals as it plays. Now, what we'll see is if we go here and we look at the font, it's Wallbomb Display. This is not the same as Calibri, and we have the same it's the same text down here. Sometimes it'll add a different font at the bottom, but that's not always the case. And in general, you can have a font for your heading and a font for your body text that are different. It's fine. So the main point is that if we go to the slide master, and that is basically where all your templates are found, you'll see that all of them now have the same theme. Remember, before we had a white background, black writing, and our fonts were Calibri. Now it's all changed. If you want to go in and change this even more, you can go into Slide Master and make those changes. I'm going to make a change to the font because I think we can have a different font for the body. I'm going to go with, let's go for Sigo, or however you say that, Sigoe. So that is how I'm going to, so I have one style at the top and I have a different style for the body text. Right, so let's go back out and we'll see that that's changed immediately. Now, if we make a new slide, see, again, the theme has already picked up. And what I want to show you is Designer doesn't leave you there if we have to add in more things. So, and let's see if we get tiger, because we have stripes. Now, you see here in Designer, it's giving you more options of what it thinks would look good. And this is the thing is, Designer is here to give you a foundation that you can then work from. Instead of you having to brainstorm different things, you can actually see what it looks like. And if you want, you can try it out and see what works and what doesn't. I think that this looks good because it kind of flows on from this one. But what I want to do is add some text, and let's see if we can get Grammarly to generate some texts for us. Inspirational text, right? So just getting something to fill it up, and so we can see what, oopsie. I'm gonna insert that. There we go. Now, there we go. So it works well. And, because we have this really contrasting background, there's no problem with the legibility of the words. So as I mentioned, Designer doesn't really go away when you when you start working. Designer's always there with you. So let's say we put in a new slide. I'm going to change the layout of this one to maybe this picture and caption. And I'm going to put in stripes are best. And let's see what Designer has to say. So here we can see Designer is actually giving us some stripe examples, something a little more edgy, but still with the stripe kind of vibe to it. And you can see that these are just some ideas. You don't have to use them, but they're there. I'm gonna add picture from stock. So I'm just gonna grab something from the beginning here. Let's grab this one. And here you can see, again, it's giving us all these options of, you know, what do you want to do with this? So maybe you like having it off to the side, but still having that diagonal stripe going through to keep the theme going, or you need more space. You know, these are all options. And I mean, this is also movable. It's just formatting it for you, cropping it the way that you need it to be cropped, so that it just saves you that extra effort. And yeah, so that is PowerPoint Designer, and you can see how flexible it can be, and hopefully you can use it to help you with your PowerPoint. The next tool that we're going to use is actually a website, and this is called Wepik. So if you go to wepik.com, you will see that there's a couple of AI helpers: text to image, AI presentation maker, and AI maker. We're going to use the AI presentation maker. So we're going to get started. Now it's going to ask you for a topic, and this is going to completely create a presentation for you. So it's crazy. So what I want to do is maybe conflict management, right? The tone is obviously going to be professional. We're going to keep the language in English. Let's have it be, we're just going to do 6 pages for now. And now you can pick the type. As you can see, there are a few different types to pick from, and these are actually templates that are from SlidesGo, which is another Wepik or FreePick company. As you can see, Wepik by FreePick. FreePick is the parent company. I'm going to go with a elegant campaign, and we're going to generate. So this is going to generate not only the design, but it's also going to generate the content. And this can really help you to brainstorm a presentation if you're not sure where to start. And then you can start fleshing it out. You can start creating your speech around it. You can add information to it. It's going to be very simple, but it's going to give you a presentation to work with. So number 1, we have mastering the art of conflict, management strategies for effective resolution. And here we go. So as you can see from the start, this picture is not great. It's cut off at the top, so I would probably change that picture. The color of the font here, I wouldn't use this. It doesn't contrast well, so I would probably change the color of the background of the font itself. You know, it's not perfect, but it's a presentation, and you know, if you're in a hurry, this could be the presentation that you do. So this is one other tool that you can use to create a presentation from scratch, but with the help of AI to design it for you. If we had to change the style, maybe we will get a better layout, or a layout that maybe you would be more comfortable with using. This layout isn't really my style. I don't really like the kind of burnt orange and cream background. So this minimalist style though is a little bit more exciting for me. You can see that they're using half of the pane, or they're using a 3:2-ish ratio. It's not terrible. We can see that they're reusing this kind of image of people talking. I would change out the images. But yeah, you know, this is 5 slides that I can then start to work with, flesh it out more, put my own images in. And speaking of images, there is a way for you to generate your own images that are allowed to be used without having to pay royalties. And they can be customized to exactly what you want to see, which is amazing. So let's do an example. The website that we're going to be using is called Leonardo AI, and it's quite a new one. They're competing with Midjourney and they're competing with DALL-E 3. It does have a freemium model, so you will get some stuff for free, but if you want to get access to those premium things, you will need to pay. It's not too expensive, but just bear in mind that you'll only get a certain amount of free generations per day. If you want unlimited free generations, you can use Microsoft Bing's image creator. So here we are in leonardo.ai. You can see the name up here at the top. You can Google search for it as well. Right, so here we are in Leonardo AI or leonardo.ai. And as you can see, when we come to the front screen, there are featured models. And now models in this case are actually trained AI to do a specific purpose. So here we have photorealism, we have 3D animation style, we have this RPG model, which probably creates fantasy creatures, backgrounds, characters. We have so many. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pick one and since we are working with animals, I'm going to just pick this one. And I'm just going to say, it gives you a couple of examples of what will happen with this model, but I'm just going to pick this first one. So let's think of a quick prompt. We were working with the zebra, so I want to do the zebra again. I want him to be a 3D model so that he looks fuller. Perhaps he's going to be a character in the PowerPoint. Let's make him hyper realistic. And here's one of the other interesting things. Leonardo.ai has these add elements. So if you want to have a kind of spin without having to put it in the prompt, for example here biopunk or crystalline, you want to have this different effect going, you can actually just add that here with the elements button. And this was something that I think will come up more often with these prompts being so hard to think about. Is there's another way to do it is with prompt generation. So you can get a idea of what the prompt should look like, and then you can use that as a base. But I'm not going to go too deep into that right now because this is something that you can play around with and get used to. So we're going to make him hyper realistic. We're going to make him a 3D model, and I want to have the background blurred in the savannah, because that's where you should be, right? So here you can see that I get 150 free tokens per day because so it will reset in 22 hours. So that's because it's a free account, and it takes 16 tokens to generate. Let's put 4 images. So it'll take 20 coins to generate 4 images. Here there is a photo reel button. I think this will this hyperrealism now will just become photo reel. So it's a redundant prompt, but that's fine as well, because sometimes the words in the prompt will actually have different meaning for the model. So having redundant prompts is not a bad thing sometimes. So this alchemy is actually one of the powerhouses. If you can see, if we turn it off, the generation only counts as 4 tokens. So we could make a whole ton of images, but I want to use this photo reel button because I want to see what interesting figures we can come up with, and that looks photo real. Here you can change the input dimension. So if you want a much bigger picture, not much bigger, I think it goes up to 1500 by 1500-ish. So it's not going to be a 4K Ultra HD, but if you do have the prompt generated, I think you can upscale it a certain amount. So I'm just going to generate this and see what happens. So it's going to take a little bit of time, and I'm just going to pop over to when it's done. Okay, so now it has created these wildlife photos. This is incredibly detailed. And if we zoom in here, we can see these look incredible. It looks like a photograph. And here we can say it can unzoom, so it can pull out pull the picture out so you can see more of the surroundings. We can also remove the background if you want to take just have the zebra. We can do that. Here we have an upscale. So it says that it will smooth textures. So if it is maybe looking rough, it will smooth it, but this looks really good. And you can also use a crisp upscale, which I guess this one is for more 2D stuff, and this is more for 3D stuff. So what I want to do is actually I wanted to make a character. So these models are not perfect for me. So what I want to do is I actually want to add in cute, and I want to add in character. So let's see what happens now if we generate another set of models. And I'm going to skip to when it's done. All right, so as you can see, it took me a couple of tries to get close to something that I really wanted. I actually wanted something like this, which is like a cute little zebra character looking thing. I want to see what would happen if I remove the background. Let's see. Wow, that's really accurate. Okay, so here we are with our little character that now we can just download. So here is the image. And Designer is trying its best to figure out what we want to do with this. I'm just going to put him here instead of having the text. There we go. And that's it. So as you can see, you know, the prompt generating things is not an exact science, because remember, these AI models are rendering, we could say, it goes into a black box, and within that black box, anything can happen. So if you have a prompt and you're like, this is the prompt that I saw someone else do, and you run it, it might generate a completely different image from the previous person's image. So, you know, sometimes you may need to run the generation a couple of times to get close to the image that you want. You may need to adjust the prompt. There's a lot of things that you can do, but, you know, these things come with practice, and the more you practice, the more you understand how the AI models work, the better you will be at creating the perfect images, the perfect scripts, any written work, you know, all of these things, the perfect presentation. And before we end off this tutorial, there's one more image generator that you will have access to no matter the weather, and that is going to be the Bing image creator. So let me show you quickly how that works. So here we are in Bing. And what we're going to do is we're just basically going to ask for a picture, because Bing Image Creator is built into this chatbot. So I'm going to say, create an image of a, let's do a different animal. Let's say a blue bird in space. The bird is wearing a spacesuit and is a 3D model. It's cute and chibi. So it's a Japanese for small cute thing. Right, so let's see what happens. Let's see if it generates the image that we want. So here it says, I'll try create that. So as you can see, it doesn't, it differentiates your prompt from text to image based on how you say the prompt. So here I'm saying create an image, so it immediately thinks, okay, I need to create this image. And this technology is going to be based off DALL-E 3, which is the newest version that OpenAI has, right? So here it says powered by DALL-E 3. So here we go. We have these cute little, I think this one is quite cute. So we can go into the Bing image creator. So here we go. And there it is. You know, we have these three choices. So for me, I like this option the best, so I will download this one. There are the image creators. You can try, if the waitlist is over, you can try ideogram. It is listed in the resource section, but that's it for now. So we have PowerPoint Designer, we have Wepik, which can generate your entire presentation. We have, for image generation, we have Leonardo.ai, and we have Bing AI. And if the waitlist is over, you can try your hand at ideogram. I really enjoy ideogram. I think it's a really good competitor to Midjourney. But Leonardo.ai has really blown my mind with the functionality. So thank you. That is it for this session. I'm sure this information will be obsolete within the next few months, but we'll try to keep you up to date with what's happening in the world of AI. Thank you.